Alrighty, hello and welcome everybody to tonight's fantastic hostile Havok and mayhem and destruction. My goodness, I had to try some more utility lands last night. Drannith Ruins, if you didn't catch it, you gotta check it out. I didn't do too much with Drannith Ruins itself. Its ability to pay 2, put 2/1/1 counters on target non-human creature that entered the battlefield this turn. It didn't really happen, but the fact that it was just some more lands, going back to the point that 22, certainly feels like enough, especially with all the acceleration. It often is. However, I still may want to see more lands. I mentioned it last night. So because Thunderherd and Topiary Stomper are grabbing lands out of the library that I could have seen, it reduces the chance to see more on the first few turns, of course. And if I don't see a second one, maybe I'm just hoping for it. That ramp that I went with Thunderherd or Topiary really didn't accomplish a whole lot. A little bit, but I just wanted to up it. And we've got Hostile Hostel. The opponents are going to be feeling pretty hostile after I sacrifice their creatures with this ability. Maybe you guys, well, you wouldn't be hostile, but hopefully you're sleeping in some place nicer than the Hostile Hostel. I imagine your beds are comfier than whatever they have going on in there. But it's a land, yes, we love it. You can pay 1, tap it, sacrifice a creature. The Akroan War last night was absolutely stunning. The final match, the final game against Rakdos, stealing their Shieldred. Always lovely. However, if the creature we steal doesn't die, we have to give it back. With the Akroan War, it comes around to our turn, everything untaps, including the opponent's creature that we stole. So it doesn't deal damage to itself, it just goes back to them. Not so with the Hostile Hostel. Boom. We sacrifice it at some point before we have to give it back. Now, you can only activate it as a sorcery, so there is some specific windows to do that. But otherwise, it's going to be fantastic, and possibly without having stolen an opponent's creature, we can still make use of Hostile Hostel. If, say, I have 2 Marauding Raptors out, that 4 damage combined, taking out Topiary, Stomper, Shifting, Ceratops, Regis or Alpha, and the token, a Marauding Raptor lock. We can use Hostile Hostel to break that, to get 1 more creature sacrificed to it. If we get to 3 creatures, if we get 3 or more soul counters on this, we get to remove them, transform it, and untap it, which is pretty sweet. We're then left with a lovely 3/7. Whenever Creeping In attacks, you may exile a creature card from your graveyard. If you do, each opponent loses X life, and you gain X life, where X is the number of creature cards exiled with Creeping In. It would take a little bit to tick up, but the first time it attacks, 1, 2, 3, I like it. And it does have protection. With 4, we can phase it out. Phase out means permanents that phase out, and anything attached to them, they're treated as if they don't exist until the start of their controller's next turn. So dodge a sweeper, something like that. Yes, Pterosaurus. Marry Dinomus. 100%. I'm liking this, Sammy. It certainly seems like better utility than Drannith Ruins. Again, sometimes I would put those counters on, but just breaking the Marauding Raptor lock, sacrificing the Shieldred that we steal from Rakdos, or whatever big thing. And there could be other spells that I add in. I was actually thinking of just cutting Flame Sweep, replacing this with other things that temporarily grab the opponent's creatures. We attack with them because of haste. If they're not dead, we just sacrifice it to the hostile. We keep sacrificing. Boom. Eventually we flip to the Creeping In, and well, we're off to the races. However, you don't get to choose to transform it, so that could be kind of rough if we want to keep sacrificing creatures to the hostile. Once we reach 3, we have no choice. It has to flip. We might have wanted to sacrifice a 4th or a 5th creature, so having 4 copies of the hostile should be nice for a wide variety of reasons. Hopefully it shows up tonight. I think it will. But other than that, everything is basically the same. Just switching the Hostile for Drained Runes from last night. Everything in the sideboard, the same Flame Sweep for aggressive stuff. As always, instant speed, 2 damage to each creature. Tyvar Stand, doing the trick again. Back to Nature, of course, Hosing. 5-color Fires of Invention, Enigmatic Incarnation, which still seem to be pretty popular. Alright, I say we jump into it. Without further ado, let's do harm to Rakdos. Oh, I'm just going to be excited to steal Shieldred once again. Had to delete a couple of decks, so that's why it reverts to some other play mode there. With my mono black zombies that I use for quests that want you to cast black spells, 45 or something like that. Yeah, hopefully you guys are having a good night, or morning, or evening, or afternoon, whenever it is. As good as possible. Tobias, I know you're having some traveling troubles. Hopefully it's relieved a little bit by this. This hand is not really relieving. It's kind of painful, I must say. It's nice to see Hostile Hostel. That is just too many lands, I think. It is better. Certainly rougher with only 2 and the Huntmaster. I'm going to keep it, though. Of course, with 26 lands, there's a very good chance we see at least a few more coming up. We should. Pretty much. Nox, how's it going? Yes, it's good night. It's a good night. Kind of painful facing off against Rakdos Sacrifice, it seems. I've been facing a lot more Rakdos Sacrifice, I must say. Huntmaster either is getting stolen by Claim the Firstborn, Sacrifice to the Witch's Oven, or something like that. Okay, phew. Good stuff. Certainly I'm not blocking the Unlucky Witness if they chose to attack. Cross your fingers Huntmaster lives to get Regis or Alpha down, but I think it's all but guaranteed Huntmaster is dead. Yes. Hey, we didn't take 3 damage from the Blood Tithe Harvester. For the most part, they paid a black and a red to destroy Huntmaster, and that's okay by me. And we also get to Carnage Giant next turn. Now, they could have stuff that makes us sacrifice a creature, but I think Carnage Giant is going to be lovely. I have a deck that I like to hone to the finest of edges. I don't know if you guys are aware that I play dinosaurs on Magic the Gathering Arena. Quite a bit, I must say. Yeah. Regis or Alpha, well, I guess we'll go with that. I want the haste, plus I could play the second Regis or Alpha next turn, or Marauding plus Regis or Alpha if I get a second source of red. Possibly get some sneaky amount of lethal damage there. They could fatal push the token, unfortunately, with their treasure that they have. Okay. Should probably read what Obnixilis, Captive Kingpin, does. No? Put counters on. Okay. Just keeps getting a little bit bigger with counters. I don't think we're dead this turn, although that thing is going to be scary. Yeah. Flying and trample is a painful combination. There's the stealing. We're going to bring the pain. I'm not coming back from that. No siree. Oh yes. So I figured that, Yeah. Well, pretty much the Akroan War. Possibly Flame Sweep, I can imagine, to take out Unlucky Witness, the Goblin Token, Reflection of Kiki Jiki, all the little stuff. Could be quite nice indeed. Yeah. I'm going to trim Huntmaster. I'll start off with that, see how it feels. Dies pretty easily to a lot of their stuff. But I do like the aggression. Of course, I am on the play, so possibly better to just keep Huntmaster in. Oh. Oh, okay. There we go. We got the Akroan War, at the very least. Certainly a lot better. Definitely seeing that Thunderherd migration. I'll send Galta to the bottom just because it could be a little bit rough, but we got the Hostile. That's where it's at. Watch out, folks. Hopefully steal Obnixilis at some point. Bet they never expected to see the Hostile. Just gotta cross my fingers for that 4th land next turn, which I would hope. Even if it's another Hostile, I still get to go Shifting Ceratops. That'd be alright. You can't claim the Firstborn Shifting because it does have a mana value of 4. Nuts. Mana screwed. Even with 26. One more land. You can do it. Guess they're waiting on possibly sacrificing that blood token there. Actually, no. The Witch's Oven is what was holding them up. I'm almost tempted to just steal the Blood Tithe Harvester if I get the 4th land. Although they could sacrifice it to the Witch's Oven, so that doesn't make a whole lot of sense. I want to at least wait until the Witch's Oven is tapped and I can safely steal something. Oh, at least, well, I'm getting a 4th land. I would imagine they claim the Firstborn this Topiary Stomper next turn, but I'll be able to go Akroan War, steal something big. They don't have Obnixilis quite yet, which is nice. Gonna have to be something quick though. And they've got their cat shenanigans online. Hopefully they don't get Mayhem Devil coming up. That certainly would be painful indeed. At least it seems they're starved in the land department, as I was. Still am. Ugh, double Witch's Oven. I mean, if I could steal Cauldron Familiar, I would. But again, they're just gonna sacrifice it to the ovens. So I can't. Actually, it doesn't make a whole lot of sense. I'll hold Shifting Ceratops back. Of course, they would have done their cat things, sacrificing it, returning it, and using it to block, then re-sacrificing it with the 2nd oven that they had. So I wouldn't have gotten damage through anyways. If I had a 2nd source of green, I could have given Shifting Trample, though. I got the Akroan Wars ready and waiting, but they just have not played much of anything. Of course, sacrificing a Cauldron Familiar 2 times with Witch's Oven each turn is a pretty good backup plan. Too bad I can't play the Akroan War at instant speed. I'll try and get them to do their sacrificing thing maybe twice in a turn, so I could play the Akroan War in the 2nd main phase, steal the cat, and possibly steal a win. Or Tyrannix Rex next turn might be alright, although I think they'll have enough aggression to get the job done. Oh boy. What do I want to do? You know what? I'm going to attack with Shifting Ceratops. See what they block with. I think they're going to double block. Try and get them to use the ovens. Steal the cat. Do their thing. That's alright. If I can steal the cat, we might have a chance here. Well, just the Blood Tithe Harvester then. At least we won't be taking 3 next turn. But I did get the Akroan War down. So maybe they feel safe. Oh, it's a last-ditch effort. This opponent is not going to have a second one ready and waiting to steal something big that hopefully they finally play. Coming up here. Yeah, you can imagine in this particular scenario, paying 3 for Furnace Rains or anything that is cheaper than 4, like the Akroan War to steal a creature. Boom. You pay 3, you have certainly enough mana to use for Hostile Hostel's ability. So you get to attack, sacrifice it. Yeah. And possibly I could have sacrificed Topiary Stomper to the Hostile, but I think we will get to 7 lands. A decent chance at least. Yeah, that does tend to do the trick. The nasty Furnace Rains. So it's kind of like I was facing off against a deck where they were doing similar things. Of course, very classic with the Witches of it. But the Furnace Rains, that's done me in. It's almost done me in other times. I've had Galta and I've protected against Furnace Rains stealing the Queen with Tyvar's Stand. That was lovely stuff. That won me the game right there. I think that was Saturday or Sunday. Yeah. Just didn't exactly happen, and sometimes it won't. Nothing you can do. Oh man. Lots of painful hands to start tonight. My goodness. Okay, wow. Quite a bit better, I must say. Send Galta to the bottom. I was tempted to send the Hostile to the bottom, but I wanted to play it safe. I had to send something, and of course, being game 1, I don't know what the opponent is on. They did mulligan twice, which is nice. Huh. What are they doing? Dimir Control or Dimir Rogues, perhaps. I just hope it's not a counterspell. Yeah, if it is, it is. We might get Shifting Ceratops next turn. Hopefully. I was thinking about it. Oof, okay, so it is Dimir Rogues. Beautiful stuff. I think we got a good chance of seeing Shifting Ceratops. And they're going to save a counterspell for something bigger on the following turns. But you can't stop the pain from this. Nope. Should have used your counterspell on Marauding, if that's what they had. That is nice. Drawing another card. Of course, I'm getting a wee bit flooded here. However, I mostly would have still been flooded even without those 4 lands. Everything else you see other than the Hostile would have been there. Take the Hostile away, pretend it was Domri Anarcho-Bolas or something. That's still a pretty big flood. Oh my goodness. Well, I'll hold off. I'll give Shifting Ceratops reach, I hope. Take out the Fairy Mastermind, and I would not mind if that happened. Sheoldred, wow, we don't have anything to steal her, but we will coming up. Now, I don't think they have probably the full playset of Sheoldred, definitely. Good stuff. They thought they were being smart. Oh my, where's the... Well, we gotta be getting a creature or something that isn't a land one of these times. Wait and see what they do. Of course, they would have blocked with the Nighthawk Scavenger. I would have only got 2 damage through. They would have gained 1. If Sheoldred was maybe their only thing that could block, I might have attacked. No more lands. No more lands. Let's all chant together. Everybody watching right now. No more lands. No more lands. I don't feel bad taking 1 damage, 2, 3. 3 damage from the Nighthawk Scavenger. Okay, that's getting a little bit of... But I will not get hostile from seeing so many hostile hostels. That's all right. You never know what's going to happen, and sometimes times like this, there's nothing you can do. That was wacky. There is a chance to see a turn of events like this, no matter what. You can't escape it. Something like it will happen eventually. Oh boy. Well, I can take out the Soaring Thought Thief at least. That's okay. Possibly they do have Fatal Push in hand. After I take out the Soaring Thought Thief, maybe they'll use Fatal Push on Shifting Ceratops. Oh, cancel. That's the blockers. I forgot. You can keep activating Shifting Ceratops' ability. Always forget that. After you're done, just go to blockers. It doesn't automatically do that. Oh, hey, we got a creature. We got something. No, we're not going to do that. I just wanted to continue at least a few more turns, and just for curiosity's sake, to see the lands I would get. Yes, Sammy, definitely. Definitely a land deck. At least, if there is a turn of events like that, seeing so many. If you are some sort of land-based strategy deck, you could do something with all that flooding. However, the Akroan War is in. I'll trim 2 Galtas. Galta could be countered, killed, all of that stuff. Dimir Rogues. I think Carnage Tyrant and Tyrannosaurus Rex and Shifting Ceratops are enough. It's not like they have a whole lot of sweepers, and some of their removal is blue-based, so Shifting Ceratops could dodge that. Definitely want the reach. But Huntmaster. I'll trim Huntmaster. I still kind of have lots of ramp in the sense with those extra lands. I could be playing that, get ahead a little bit, just keep seeing my lands for the first few turns, and even though I may not see Huntmaster, I still got 2. And this hand will not do. If it was 2 sources of green, of course, I could have made it work, potentially. Though Huntmaster probably would have gone down. Oh, okay. Okay, we got something. Cross your fingers there's no turn 1 Thoughtseize. Of course that is very common, but I'll stick with Tyrannosaurus Rex. I love the haste potential. Oh, phew. I was a little bit worried when they tapped that. Ugin and Crawling Barrens. I've always wondered about Crawling Barrens myself. It's been an intriguing card. Anything that can become a creature, a man land, but then you get to put counters on it. But then it becomes just a land at the end of the turn, but it still has those counters, so whenever you make it a creature once again, it's pretty big already. That was always an aspect I enjoyed. Hopefully Shifting lives. I'll block a Thieves Guild Enforcer, even if they get big with the Death Touch. Yeah, get rid of them. Get the Brazen Borrower in so they can get to the Thieves Guild Enforcers being Death Touchers. Of course, Flame Sweep at this particular moment would be absolutely devastating. Take it out, 3 less damage, 1 less creature. Even though I lose good old Shifting, we will get to Tyrannosaurus Rex at some point, which is nice. Hopefully, nothing makes us sacrifice Carnage Tyrant, although I might still just block the Thieves Guild Enforcer. I've got Tyrannosaurus Rex, and that might be enough to Rex him. Interesting. They're going to be taking a whole lot coming up. Question is, will it be enough? Oh, possibly. I don't think they can do enough damage to us. The T's Guild Enforcer has to block one of these. And they still take a ton of damage. I don't care who it blocks. Kind of like that they block Tyrannix Rex. Carnage Taunt, a little bit more stable, you could say, with the Hexproof. There's no chance of just targeting it. Shieldred, well, she will probably block Carney T, unfortunately. Another Tyrannix Rex coming up, perhaps. Oh, gee. What should I do? Should I do Regisaur Alpha? Or should I do the thing that I did last night that made them quit on the spot? Wow. Stunning. They're dead. They draw a card next turn. Boom. Look at that. Oh my goodness. Joey. Yeah. Oh. Yes, Dr. Gazooks. Dr. Gazooks, we're having fun tonight. Of course, if you can't stay along too much, that's what it's all about, doing it live. I am over the moon. I've spent some rare wild cards, mythic rares. I think it is only rares, but yes. Getting those wild cards tomorrow. I'm excited. Counting down the hours. Not sure exactly when the release drops, but hey, it's going to be good. It's going to be good. But yeah, that's the ticket. Akroan War wins the game. I say I should probably just start off with the Akroan War. Gruul vehicles, maybe some still do, but I noticed Gruul vehicles were starting off with this card in game 1 just to help against a lot of stuff, and it certainly packs a punch. Okay, we'll keep it like that. Yes, Dr. Gazooks, actually, I did finish that budget dinosaur list. I included some cards that are rares, Regisaur Alpha, Marauding Raptor, and 2 Galtas. So a total of 10 rares, I believe, with those dinos. Everything else is uncommon or common, and now we'll see how late it gets, but I might record a video featuring your inspired budget arena dinosaur list. I could make it all commons and uncommons, potentially, but I wanted to add a little bit of rares, because I think it's still reasonable to spend a few to get you started. I'm going to try for this, hopefully. Cross the fingers they don't counter it. Hey, you know what? I'm going to send it to the bottom. I'm going to hope that I draw another land, which I could, having 26. Alrighty, good stuff. I'll see if I can record it in a single take tonight. Usually I can if it's something that involves dinos, given the reasoning and what you might look to do, what you can accomplish, potentially, possibly feature that budget dinos list tomorrow night, even. Budget arena dinos. Get that Topiary Stomper down ASAP. We got 4, we got Akroan War, and we're off to the races. We got shifting and who knows what. I'm not going to attack with Huntmaster. They could flash in somebody, another fairy mastermind perhaps, and I wouldn't want to lose Huntmaster just to do a single point of damage. They're starved a little bit in the land department though. Oh, and Castle Garenbig. I'm just going with Carnage Taunt. I think they might be done for here. Ooh. That is good. Yes, definitely an upgrade guide. All right. Yeah, that was nice. Yeah, priority cards. So you would start off with 4 Regis or Alpha, 4 Marauding Raptor, 2 Galta. What is the next rare or mythic rare that you should be looking to get? Maybe combine 2 playsets of something. Perhaps the next dinosaur would be Shifting Ceratops, 4 copies, and Trainix Rex at a mythic rare. Bring the Pain to Control. Shifting, of course, with the protection from blue, can't be countered. Trainix Rex can't be countered, often can't be targeted, and has haste and trample. I think that would be nice. Definitely Shifting, Carnage, Trainix Rex, some mixture of those things to help give you a chance against Azorius Control if you are starting out with dinos. At least Shifting Ceratops, I would say. Possibly you might have some leftover mythic rare wild cards. Splurge on Carnage Tyrant or Trainix Rex. Possibly Trainix Rex, speaking of, just because you may open up a lot of Ixalan packs, and there is a chance to open Carnage Tyrant in those. You don't want to potentially waste a mythic rare wild card on Carnage Tyrant if you might open it. But yeah, that hand, love it, love it. There's no Castle Garenbrig, of course, to help power out T-Rex, but tons of ramp. 5 color fires, Rakdos Sacrifice. No, it wouldn't be Rakdos Sacrifice with Vapor Passage. Something blue related. Interesting. Your guess is as good as mine. Bant. Spirits. We'll try for Marauding Raptor. We'll test the water, see if they have a counter spell or whatever. Okay. It seems they may not. But I figured they will have shenanigans. Whenever I do play a creature, they'll target it, bounce it, or they may just ramp a bunch. Oh, we've got, I don't know, some sort of ramping strategy. Transmogrify something, I think. Seems to be the case. Yeah, Marauding Raptor, Topiary Stomper. We'll get, hopefully, Trainix Rex next turn. We should, if Huntmaster's still sticking around. Hostile Hostel being the 6th land that we need for this guy. However, they could cheat somebody out when they attack with that Goblin token, which of course I'm not going to block with Huntmaster. Either they play land and get the 4 for Transmogrify, or that Goblin gets them there. Okay. Let's just hope I'm wrong. Okay, it's 4 color elementals. Domain. Huh. Interesting. Well, at the very least, we got lots of good stuff coming up. We got Marauding for 2, Thunderherd for 2, Topiary for 2. Yeah, just checking that the Hostile Hostel would be used for the 1 mana of any color for Topiary Stomper. I had to be left with 2 green so I could play it again and get to keep up the pressure pretty nice with the one that's already out. And we get Trainix Rex next turn. That's got to do the trick. Hopefully they don't make too much mana right now, but I think that is a definite possibility with the deck. Yeah, well, we're facing 4 color elemental super ramp with the new Nissa Resurgent Animist. I'll try blocking. Hopefully everything goes okay. Another Risen Reef is painful. Flame Sweep, potentially, is going to be very nice. However, I still think the Akroan War is going to be quite fantastic. Stealing Nissa, stopping a lot of their ramp, or whatever big creature they play with, all this mana that they can potentially make. That's a lot of mana, my goodness. Just keeps going and going and going. gonna stop. Pretty good. Pretty good. Yeah, if we had a sweeper for 3 damage, of course, that would be quite lovely indeed. Man, just Tyrannix Rex, do as much damage as humanly possible. Anybody that blocks anything dies. Which is pretty good. Stuff would have to potentially double block, which is also quite nice indeed. But we'll keep the field clear. Hope they don't pop off too much next turn, which they only have a Nissa in hand. So it's not so bad. Taking out a Risen Reef is quite nice indeed, though. Stopping some of their ramping potential. Risen Reef, or whenever another elemental enters the battlefield. They look at the top card. If it's a land, put it onto the battlefield tapped. If they don't, they get to put it into their hand. So a lot of card advantage right there. But definitely going to try and steal Omnath in game 2. I mean, they are down to 4, so they could just mostly be dead. Hopefully. Reflection of Kiki Jiki copying the Risen Reef would be devastating, I think. My goodness. They gotta pull out all the stops, that's for sure. Would be nice to top deck another T-Rex or just Regis or Alpha might get the job done. Hopefully. That's okay. That's looking pretty good. Oh boy. Oh boy, here goes nothing. Okay, shelter ticket. For 2. Do I like that? I'm still able to play Regis or Alpha. Perhaps there would be something nicer that I get. Carnage Torrent. No, it's got to be Regis or Alpha. I can't attack with Carnage Torrent the turn it enters, but I can attack with the token that is made from Regis or Alpha. And that might be enough. But I have to do something this turn, otherwise next turn it's not going to be good. It's just going to get away from us next turn. Might have gone away from us already with the Omnath. They're gaining life, making a copy of Risen Reef. It's an elemental, so it triggers the original Risen Reef's ability plus itself. They double up on everything, and a nasty, nasty combination. Pretty much attack with everything, see what I can take out, clear off the battlefield, and maybe buy myself some time. Yeah, Akroan War. Steal Omnath, sacrifice Omnath. Steal Jingatha, sacrifice Jingatha. Whatever it is. Oh, down to 1. It's pretty close. Let's just hope it's not bad right here. Actually, I think that's going to be it. Reflection of Kiki Jiki can just keep copying itself over and over and over again, which they'll do at the end of our turn. Coming up, if we're still living at that point. One reflection copies another one, another one, another one. Yeah. Then they just have too many bodies. They kind of go wide, or they copy something else, but I imagine they'll just make a bunch of reflections. Yeah, I'm thinking Flame Sweep. Get rid of the Risen Reefs, the Goblin tokens. Not a whole lot of creatures it hits, but I think it would be nice. Actually, the Akroan War probably is better. Force them to attack. Leave themselves open if they're not already dead, because I stole a big payoff thing. Nah, I don't think I'm busting through that. I'll wait a second just to see what they play, but I got too much mana at this point. A bunch floating and then a bunch more lands. and a bunch of creatures. Reflection of Kiki Jiki just continually, well, it would make at least one copy of Risen Reef, and they just go off from there. Nuts. Oh my, okay. Oh, excuse me. Yeah, we're not busting through that. But we will bust through with that. Galta, well, could be nice. Leyline Binding, of course, takes Galta out. It's not like they have a whole lot of enchantments. I was thinking Back to Nature to destroy all enchantments. This is not 5-color Fires of Invention. That's for sure. It's 4-color elementals. Kind of 5-color because they can sometimes make a source of black, but for the most part, 4-color elemental shenanigans, which we're going to do in fantastic fashion. Can probably keep Huntmaster. No, I'll trim 2 Huntmasters. I'll keep it like that. Alright, play something big. Play that Nissa. I steal Nissa. And it buys me a little bit of time. Oof. Nothing for 2 or 3. Sadly, I'll try 1 mulligan. Hey, you know what? I think it could work out. I see the Castle Garenbrig, which I always love to see, especially since there is Carnage Tyrant in hand. Oh, there we go, folks. Something for 2 or 3. Got it. Oh, and the Akroan War to boot. Well, I listened to my gut, and my gut paid off fantastically. We got Carnage Tyrant next turn. Boom. They're probably dead. That's good. Waste your Leyline Binding. They could have saved it for anything else. Really. Yep, they knew they were done for. Oof, that was a fast one. I didn't even have to show the potential of the Akroan War, which could be pretty surprising for them. But that's the power. You just get out a super early Carnage Tyrant. With Topiary getting you a turn ahead, you get an extra land. Castle Garenbrig tapping for 2, you're a turn ahead. 2 turns ahead. Turn 4 Carney T. In an unstoppable way, pretty much. Land base. Hard to interrupt it. Of course, they could counter Topiary Stomper, but if they don't, you're feeling pretty good. They could have Leyline Binding. Potentially. They've got white, blue, red, and green. Leyline Binding at the moment is reduced to 2. Possibly. So we'll just play it safe with Thunderherd Migration. Not going to get a source of red. I already have it with Stomping Ground, and there's a lot of green stuff. I don't see a scenario where I'd be playing Marauding plus Regis or Alpha. There's that slim chance. Oh, turn 4 is lovely stuff. Turn 4 in a stable way, although this Nissa, not so great. They'll have, yeah, 5 mana, no. 3 from the Fabled Passage. Okay, we can make some good stuff happen. Certainly have to pay the 2 life. Get that Shifting Ceratops down. And hope they don't have the Leyline Binding, even though I expect it. Hopefully Shifting survives at least a turn. And that turn 4 Galta though. Or Carnage Tyrant, I should say. Perhaps there's some way I can focus on doing that sort of thing. Elevate it and increase the possibility of it happening, because it is so fantastic. A tweak, a different card I haven't quite used or used at all. Just to, yeah, increase the chances of Carnage Tyrant. Give a double strike with something. Tyvar Stand to make it survive a sweeper. Bump it up. Whatever it is. However it is, nice to see Carney Do I like Regis or Alpha? Yeah, you know what? I like Regis or Alpha. Apply the pressure better with the token. Next turn, hit him for still quite a bit. Take it a few things. Just start chipping away and hope they don't pop off this turn, although I think that is what's going to happen. Especially with 2 Risen Reefs, you gotta figure. Yeah. So the Flame Sweep. Probably should have done that instead. Taking out the Reefs and the Goblin and Flexion. They have a lot of fantastic bodies. Taking out one thing with the Akroan War, maybe not so good. Having to wait until all their creatures attack in a couple turns afterwards, just to leave themselves open. Ugh. We'll see. We'll see. I'll wait this turn, see what they do. But yeah, I would figure this is it. Gotta be. At least it's not too common. That okay, yeah, no. We're packing it in. Omnath, Locust of the Royal, the Tamer version, blue, red, and green, dealing damage to any target equal to the number of elementals we control. So they could have dealt 4 damage to Regis, or just hit us in the face for 4. Oof, that certainly sealed the deal. Flame Sweep it is. Keep it in mind. Right, Hostile Havok. Wreaking Havoc. But I am thinking, maybe that is just kind of funny stuff. Having the potential of sacrificing a creature we steal, which we can't steal anything at the moment in game 1 because Akroan War is in the sideboard. I'm still thinking Bonder's Enclave may be the best utility land that adds a colorless mana. Paying 3, tapping it to draw a card if we control a creature with power 4 or greater. 3 or greater. No, I think it's 4 or greater. Alright. Talk to you soon, Nox. That hand is not talking to me, though. Oh, lovely. We got Huntmaster and Thunderherd. Of course, can't go Thunderherd at the moment because there is no Dino in hand. Oh, but certain there will be, just because there is so much. Oof, what do we got going on here? Mono blue. Perhaps. Something. Oh, we got Thing in the Ice. It could... Izzet Phoenix. Wow. It's been a long time since I faced this deck. My goodness. Well, we have some time then. We got Thunderherd Migration. Play it safe. Of course, Huntmaster. Very good chance that's going to die easily to their red-based removal if they've gotten... Then they have gotten a source of red. I don't want that to happen. My goodness. Oof. Got to worry about 2 Arclight Phoenixes so far. That certainly is a little bit problematic. You know what? I'll pay the 2 life. Karplusan Forest would have been, the second source of red anyways. I would have taken 1 damage, but Stomping Ground, I only have to pay 2 the once. Chances are I'm going to be using Stomping Ground next turn anyways. Wolf the Crackling Drake. It's not going to do a whole lot. Oh my goodness. There it is. There it is. Carnage Trench. Marauding Raptor threatens Crackling Drake, and Crackling Drake is 3 power, so can't even take out Carnage. Anyways, wow. Oof. We could be dead next turn. Double 2 Arclight Phoenixes. No, we're not. We're not. They're dead. Yeah, they just didn't assemble a whole lot of pieces. They had some expensive things. and it just didn't come together, I guess. Chaining, 3 spells for 1, which they still could do. They play land. Oh, okay. So they will cast 3 things, but I think we're still not quite dead. They can't do anything to Carnage. They have to leave behind at least 1 thing to block it, which is pretty good. Oof, back-to-back lightning axes. Or we're just dead to... Almost dead. 17 damage. 9 plus 9, 18. No. They only have 17. Wow. Wow, leaving us at 1. Crazy. Yeah. 1 life. Victor, No, that was interesting stuff. Oof. Almost can go with Galta. Plus the token, but perhaps the token is still enough to get the job done. Man, that would have been cool to also play the Queen. Gotta do something. Now, if only they had 2 birds. Yeah, not quite 1 land off. Close. Lots back and forth. Of course, Flame Sweep is one of my favorite things against Arclight Phoenix. Gotta worry about Thing in the Ice, though. That can be problematic. Stealing Thing in the Ice is maybe my best bet before it flips. There might not be a whole lot of room. They certainly could play 3 cantrips, 3 spells for 1 in a single turn, and they may have already spent or cast 1 spell, and certainly flip wherever it is. Thing in the Ice quite fast. Would Flame Sweep be enough? Doesn't take out Crackling Drake. Doesn't take out Thing in the Ice. Nah, let's not do it. I think the Akroan War. I'm just going to cut Huntmaster because it dies to so much. Tyvar Stand also could have been nice. The Lightning Axe, 1 red, pay a bunch extra or discard a card, which they usually always do, to deal 5 damage to target creature at instant speed. Very painful. I don't think this hand would be painful enough. Maybe it's nice if they get the early Thing in the Ice. Yeah, that rhymes. If it's nice if we see Thing in the Ice. I'm gonna keep it even though I feel it's a little bit too slow. I just want to try stealing that thing. And again, could see something for 2, something for 3, something for 2. Hopefully it lives, of course. It doesn't power out anything at the moment with what's in hand. There's Thing in the Ice. Well. Interesting. Don't think they'll... Yeah. They won't be getting all the counters off this turn, but they may want to almost do that. Hey, I like it. Maybe it buys us enough time. Steal Thing in the Ice this turn. Mountain next turn. We get to play Carnage Taunt and boom. I could play my own instants and sorceries, although I really don't have a whole lot. Thunderherd Migration. Maybe we flip over Thing in the Ice ourselves. That could be alright. They don't flip Thing in the Ice this turn, which is good. They could coming up here. Cast some things at instant speed, of course. Gotta be Sheltered Thicket. Shifting Ceratops to hit him. I'm going to try for that. Of course, I couldn't attack with the Carnage Giant if I did play it. And if they don't have a whole lot of things at instant speed for one, maybe these won't be bounced. But I wouldn't be surprised if that happened. Yeah, it's happening. Man, we're not dead yet. We got Shifting Ceratops coming up. Or just Tyrannosaurus Rex, which would trade with the Awoken Horror. And there's a good chance they won't have enough to target T-Rex. That might be our ticket. Boy, there goes nothing. Hopefully no Ether Gust. Hit him. Just start hitting him. Shifting Ceratops next turn could kill him if they don't do anything to shifting. 8 plus 5, 12 right there. Shifting flies right past the Awoken Horror and the Crackling Drake. Can't play 2 Shifting Ceratopses. Oh, they want to block. Okay, well. I'm going to go big or go home. Going to play Marauding Raptor instead and still play Shifting. Actually could play Carnage Giant, but I want Shifting Ceratops to keep doing some damage. Yeah, I got instant speed removal for white, or red. What am I saying? Instant speed removal for red. We'll see. At the very least, I've got Marauding, which could block Awoken Horror. I expect I will maybe take something out. Crackling Drake, perhaps. Yeah, worth a try. Well, that does it. I figured Shifting was going down. Might as well try attacking with it. Maybe could have held it back, but of course, well, they would have just killed it anyways. Sometimes the early shifting has done the trick. Yeah, stealing Thing in the Ice really didn't buy us enough time, sadly. Oh, it's alright. It's a nice variation of decks I've faced tonight, though, I must say. Always got to look at the silver lining. Vagrant. Something artifact related. We're seeing the Saheeli avatar. Red and blue planeswalker focused on Thopters and copying artifacts and stuff. Lovely hand though. Thunderherd Migration getting us to Shifting Ceratops turn 3 in fantastic fashion. Although we're seeing an island, that could mean counter spells. Is it strategic planning means Torrential Gearhulk? I don't know. Hard to say. They're digging for something big and impactful. Fortunately, they tapped out and boom, I gotta safely go Thunderherd Migration. They could have countered it with Spell Pierce and that. Oof. Lucky. You can't do anything to a basic land. You're not gonna sweep it, destroy it. There are a few things that might, but for the most part, it's sticking around. Oh, what is going on? Back to back, Izzet Phoenix? You gotta be kidding. That's funny business. Yeah. Not the first time that's happened, but it's strange, I must say. After having not faced it for weeks, and you face it twice. Perhaps it had a good showing in some recent tournament. Maybe. At the very least, we've got pretty good stuff going on right now. They don't have a Phoenix yet in the graveyard. We're looking good. I mean, the Lightning Axe will take out Shifting Ceratops, but I still get to go with the second one next turn, which I'm going to go the other Shifting. I do have 5 mana. I can give Shifting Haste and possibly watch Shifting die to another Lightning Axe. Although, let's see. Have they discarded some? They got 1. Might they have another? Well, they don't have a counterspell. It is only a source of red. Test the waters. Get a Lightning Axe burnt on Regis or Alpha instead, and maybe Shifting Ceratops is going to survive a little bit better because they don't have any more red-based removal that can take Shifting out in one hit. Fiery Impulse coming up. Oh, have I ever faced this deck before? Oof, 3 Ledger Shredders. Interesting stuff. Yeah, I just never know. Variance happens. You'll face the same deck back to back, even if it's something you don't commonly face. Don't let it color your opinion. Although if it is a 3rd time in a row, I'm going to say something's up. We're going to have to look into this. Use a mana from the Hostile for sure. I think we'll do a decent bit of damage. Everything hasty. Perhaps at the most we'll lose 1 creature coming up here. Somebody going down. Shifting Ceratops to another Fiery Impulse perhaps, since it has been temporarily damaged by marauding. Guess I'm just playing the opponent's deck as well at this point. Do they have any Phoenixes yet? No, still no Phoenixes. Wow. This is good. They got to do something quick. They're just getting unlucky. That's for sure. Looking for stuff that can take out Regisaur or Marauding. Just playing a Ledger Shredder, which is not going to save them when we drop the big bad T-Rex. Good game. They're not killing us next turn. They're dead. Even if they can take out Marauding or Regisaur, the Ledger Shredder would also go down. It would still have to block whatever is left. Okay, revenge on Izzet Phoenix. I expected Izzet Phoenix, but they went through over half their deck. Over half their deck. There was less than 30 cards left. And there is no Phoenix in here. So I think we just dodged a bullet. All 4 Phoenixes were in the bottom half. Crazy. That doesn't happen too often. I don't think we'll get quite as lucky coming up. Tyvar Stand? I think I want Tyvar Stand instead. Trim most of the Hostiles and a copy of Galta just to make room for that. Because saving Shifting Ceratops, it's always been painful whenever they spend a single red and I lose Shifting, where otherwise they might have to double up on Fiery Impulse or... Excuse me. Yeah. But maybe it isn't Arclight Phoenix in the mix. I guess the suspicions will be confirmed in this game. Oh, beautiful. Train Expects again. You saw how fantastic it is. Countless times. This thing. Which still leads me back to my point of what can be done to support T-Rex. Make it cost less, see it more often, do something stable earlier on that would still lead to consistently casting one of the scariest dinosaurs around. Possibly the scariest. Yeah. Oh, well, back to back. Huh? Hopefully we get there. Crossing the fingers that Thunderherd migration doesn't get countered. Although I think they have more removal. They probably want to pack more removal, seeing it is a heavily creature-based deck. Of course, the Lightning Axe, Fiery Impulse, doing fantastic work. I'm going to test the waters, though. Even though Thunderherd migration doesn't power out anything for 4 next turn. I just want to do it. Cross my fingers there's no Spell Pierce. Good stuff. Oof. Yeah, I figured it was worth the risk. If they had a Spell Pierce, which, could be a chance. However, they may have cut all the Spell Pierces, seeing that it was basically strictly creatures, and Spell Pierce, of course, doing nothing against that. I imagine they brought in more removal. Burning Hands is a potential. 1 in the red. 6 damage to target creature or planeswalker that is green. 2 damage to everything else. But we'll get Regis or Alpha. We'll get the first counter spell burnt. Just saying. Hopefully seeing Carnage turn next turn. We'll be at 6, but at the very least we get maybe Regis or Alpha. Hopefully they play 2 Ledger Shredders. Oh, I was Wow. I am actually playing. I said, hopefully they play 2 Ledger Shredders as the second one enters from their hand. So we get to safely go Regis or Alpha. I'm left with a green for Tyvars to protect it. Of course, I'm not going to attack with a token. They do have 1 Ledger Shredder that is at 4 toughness. Oof. That's a highlight right there. And I don't even play Izzet Phoenix. Galta next turn would be nice. Possibly could happen, and that might do them in. As long as I have 1 left over to protect Galta, I think we'll be looking pretty good. Do they have... Oh, they have 1 Phoenix. Let's hope they don't get a second one. Okay, good stuff. Good stuff. We're safe a little bit. Phew, phew. At the moment, only being hit for 7. Imagine I'll play something else for 1 or 2 at least, though. Okay. Oh boy. They can't kill us even if they got another Phoenix. 6 plus the 4, total of 10. Certainly I'll do a lot of damage next turn. It wouldn't be lethal, but good. Good, it is only 1. We bought ourselves some time. Oh, they don't want to attack with everything. Well, that was doom for them. Oh, I'm just happy that... I was just checking if I could play Galtans. Yeah. That's it. That's probably it. Ledger Shredder would block the 3/3. Maybe Arclight Phoenix would block the token. We'll see. Still deal a little bit of damage. Oh. Okay, interesting. Well, I don't think they can kill us this turn. Ledger Shredders, at the most, they would only have an extra counter added on. That'd be 6. 2 Arclight Phoenixes would be 12. Possibly a 3rd Phoenix, 15. So we still might be left with 3 health. Plus I have 1 green for Tyvars on Galta. I think we got him. Yes, 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 definitely. Definitely, you said it. Munching on things. If they got all 4 Phoenixes, which is not unheard of, yeah, that would do it. Of course, I'm gonna save Galta. We'll wait and see if they have something that could bounce her, or well, you never know. Of course, Tyvar Stand just supercharging Galta, punching through with enough. But at the moment there is 15 trample damage. They may not want to attack with everything. Or anything. Because they are at 8. There it is, folks. They can't counter it. They can't stop it. What are they going to do? Attack with everything? They don't kill us. We get Tyrannosaurus Rex. Boom! Look at that. The picture perfect finish. The ultimate revenge. Oh, that's actually even sweeter. We went and lost to them first. I think Thing in the Ice is actually quite superior, but wow. Oof. That was good. That was good. But it does highlight one point I was hoping showed up. All the lands out at the moment. None of those are the 4 hostile hostels. Of course, I did cut some, but even if I still had all 4 hostile hostels in, these are not that. So I still do all this big, powerful stuff, like you just saw. 20 trample, yeah. 23 trample damage, actually. Of course, the Ledger Shredder could have done it, but hey. What deck can handle that? Of course, if it's Mono Green Devotion, hopefully I face it in the next match or 2 coming up. Akroan War to steal stuff, but for the most part, devastating. It definitely is a handful. But I'm just happy. I listened to my gut. They're going to have something that they can do to Galta. They want me to maybe burn protection or whatever to save Regis or Alpha. Let Regis or Alpha go. Boom. They tapped out for Ether Gust. 1 green. She sticks around. Oh. Man, that was good. A lot of good moments tonight. Man, some painful, but hey. The idea is there. I still think it's pretty legitimate with the Hostile Hostel. Maybe just, of course, a single copy of it. Sprinkle in some more utility lands. 1 or 2 of Field of Ruin to help against Mono Green Devotion. Pop it, destroy Nykthos, get our own basic land, and... Okay. Is it going to be Grixis Control? We're seeing Nicol Bolas Avatar. I think that's going to be my bet. I'll keep it. Of course, there's lots of stable ramp. I at least have 2 lands. Oh, and the Topiary Stomper to boot. Turn 2 Thunderherd. Turn 3 Topiary. Hopefully seeing Castle Garenbreak to get Carnage Charm to a Tyrannosaurus Rex. Oh, maybe it's Thoughtseize. Oh, it might be just good old Dimir Control. Of course, Thunderherd grabbing a forest. It's going to be lovely stuff. That's going to help Rootbound Craig enter the battlefield untapped next turn, which is... Oh, love it. Maybe they hold off on a Censor, or they have Saw It coming, which is the card that they foretold in their hand. We'll see. I could just try for a double Thunderherd migration to supercharge the ramp. Get a counterspell burnt on 1 Thunderherd. I could do 2 things for sure, or I can try for 1 Topiary Stomper, which they're prepared to counter. Then I couldn't go another Thunderherd. No, we're doing Thunderherd. We'll reveal the Topiary Stomper that's already been revealed, so it's not like we're giving them any extra information. If they counter this, I go with the 3rd Thunderherd. Oh, okay, well, let's just try for it. I think it'll be stopped here. Sensor. Not. Oh, wow. We got Tyrannix Rex next turn. So it wasn't saw it coming. Good. Look at that. You can't Fatal Push, Extinction Event. You can't Shieldred's Edict. All those basics. We're set. Oh. Reveal your doom. You better have 2 Thought Seizes. And hope I don't draw a second Tyrannix Rex. No. They're getting rid of T-Rex, that's for sure. Gotta be T-Rex. Okay. Man, they dodged the bullet. The big bullet. But still lots of good stuff. They know they have to make a sacrifice Carnage Trend at some point, or dig for that extinction event with Narset. Hopefully, that's not what they reveal. Saw it coming. Well. Just Carnage Trend. Topiary Stomper. You know what? I'm going to go with double Topiary Stomper. I'm going to pull some more basics out of my library. Increase the chance that I might see another T-Rex a little bit. So I've got 2 bodies, which would seem pretty good. Draw out some removal. They know Carnage Tyrant is ready and waiting, but Saw It Coming is doing nothing. I got the stuff that could have been countered out, and now at the moment, there it goes. There's the sweeper. Imagine they have something else that is going to get rid of Carnage Tyrant. That Shieldred's Edict, unfortunately. Sheltered Thicket is not Tyrannix Rex. But I still could play Tyrannix Rex if I draw it with this. Cancel. Hold on a second. Can't do that. Narset Parter of Veils would have stopped our draw. Whew. Oh my goodness. Oh. I'm just happy I remembered that Narset would have blanked the cycling from Sheltered Thicket. I usually forget that. Shieldred's Edict. Extinction Event. Something. A sweeper. Must be Shieldred's Edict. Yeah, just go another Carnage Trench. It's not. Odd. Well, I'll try hitting him. Huh. Okay. I guess it makes sense. Crux of Fate isn't instant speed, so they didn't want to take 8 damage from the Topiary Stompers. Oh, look at that. Saving the Sheltered Thicket. Boom. Beautiful. You gotta love it. Another Crux of Fate. I'll cycle it now. I haven't drawn a card this turn because it is the opponent's. And where's T-Rex when you need it? Well, that's not T-Rex. Of course, I'll keep this Stomping Ground in hand. Maybe draw out another Thoughtseize and they take another 2 that they wouldn't have had to take. Pretty sure Huntmaster is dead to something. Fatal Push. Hey! That's pretty good. We're seeing the first Fatal Push late into the game. Of course, Fatal Push can't take out Topiary Stompers easily. You can't Fatal Push a basic land with all those early Thunderherd migrations. That was pretty sweet. But we should be seeing another T-Rex or Carnage Tyrant or Shifting Ceratops anytime now. There it is. They can't kill it, they die. Can't counter. They better have black-based removal. Mono. Black-based removal. Or Ether Gust. Commit. Okay, they had basically the one thing That could save them. They're going to go memory this turn. They're going to discard everything. We're going to draw one card. Which I only have one card, so... Actually, Torrential Gearhulk is going to be pretty painful. I only have lands which I don't need, so there's a pretty good chance I draw something like Tyrannix Rex or Shifting. If I draw Shifting Ceratops... Actually, no, I don't draw anything. What am I thinking? I've already drawn my card for the turn. We're not dead yet. Of course, they are at 4, and well, I just have to hope they don't have another commit / memory. Painful combination there. Yeah. Does the trick. I don't need that. Shifting Ceratops, where are you at? Oh, I don't even have more coffee, I forgot. Should have made another cup. Should have made a pot. No more lands. No more lands. Oh. Well, we'll pack it in. Potentially. Maybe I would have gone down to 1. That would have hit us next turn at the very least with 5 of the Eye Tyrant for 3, Torrential Gearhulk for 5. A total of 8, leaving us at 1. That would not be fun. But Tyvar's Stand, yes, please. Just saving something from that Crux of Fate, destroying all non-dragon creatures. Yeah, that's what I want. If I had saved a Carnage Tyrant, of course, I probably would have done them in. Time for round 2, yes. Yeah, I don't really see the Hostile Hostel so much, and oftentimes I still get to plenty of lands. I still think it would be good to increase the number of lands with those extra 1 or 2. Make them some nice utility lands. The nicest one possible. Of course, Beseiju Who Endures. Always lovely. This hand, certainly very lovely. Not the fastest thing in the world. However, seeing 2 Carnage Tyrants, that does make me feel pretty good. Maybe they kill Marauding with Fatal Push. Maybe it helps us get Topiary Stomper on turn 3. Yeah. 2 lands would have been rough, but seeing 3 right away, knowing that if something happened to this, I still may get to play this. No Fatal Push. Mono Blue Source. Good. Shifting Ceratops next turn might be even better. If I draw another land, perhaps I will go with Topiary Stomper, knowing that... what might they do? You know what, I'm going to play it safe with Topiary. Let's get to 4, possibly get to 5 next turn. Of course, I could do painful stuff to a lot of stuff. I still get to do a bunch of extra damage. I could not have attacked with Shifting anyways. Marauding pinging Topiary, pumping itself for 2, or pinging Shifting is still effectively the same thing, so. Now we'll try for this. See what it draws out. That Ether Gust or something. But having Tyvar's Stand, I think we're pretty safe. I'll hold up that Source of Green. I could hit him with Shifting Ceratops, of course, but I think I may rather save it. And I might need Tyvar's Stand to save Galta if I play her next turn. So what am I doing? All right. Got something up their sleeve. Something for instant speed. What are they wanting to do? That's the question. Could just go Carnage Giant, but I still wouldn't be able to protect things. Maybe they're setting up for countering Galta. I think that might be the case. You know what? I'm going to test the waters. I think it saw it coming. So I'll play something they may not be able to do anything about. Oh. Let's just hope they don't sweep us next turn. Cross your fingers. No sweeper. Oh, nuts. Yeah. So I could have tested the waters with Galta. That's okay. That's okay. Oh, but we still get Carnage Giant, and I'm left with one for Tyvar's stand eventually. Carnage Giant next turn might just kill him. If they can't counter Tyvar's, I can pump Carnage enough that it's going to be lethal. Maybe. Got 2 Tyvar stand, so hey. Save Carnage this turn with 1. They don't expect another one. I like it. Maybe hold 6 back. They have 6 plus all of the Storm Giants. I think that's what they're thinking. Emrith to attack. Oh, they're open. Okay. No, I'm going to try for Galta. Draw out something. Can't attack with it, so maybe they won't do anything. And they'll do all of the Storm Giants as a surprise. Okay, then counter. It's one less counter on Carnage Giant. But maybe this Shieldred's Edict as well, sadly. Maybe not. Oh, interesting. Very interesting. We're gonna double block. We got 8. Jeez, what am I gonna do? That's the question. I'm gonna take him out. That's pretty nice. Carnage Giant lives. Oof. What did you come back to? You came back to some fantastic action with Carnage Giant, Tyvar's stand, making it indestructible. Beautiful stuff. A beautiful turn of events. Taking out Imrith, Desert Doom, and a 3/3 Flying Shark from when they cycled Shark Typhoon. Yeah. Whew. You came back to a good moment, that's for sure. I was thinking of maybe just taking out Imrith. If I didn't want to pump Carnage Giant, leave a source of green for the second Tyvar's here. But bite the bullet, they had exactly 8 toughness. Oh my goodness. I'm going Tranix Rex. Look, and I'm still left with 1 green for Tyvar's. That's it, potentially. Maybe. Oh, look at that. Wow. Nox, you came back to an absolute thrashing against potentially painful Dimir Control. A very interesting spin on it. You don't often see Imrith or Crux of Fate, of course. A sweeper for 4 to destroy all creatures effectively. They just have some dragons, so that's not destroyed, but 5 to destroy all creatures kind of seems costly nowadays. I think the bar often is 5, although if you have a bunch of dragons, I guess a one-sided sweeper of course is worth paying an extra. Okay. Well. Do I want to do anything different? Possibly the Akroan War. now that I know what it is, although I don't think they have too many dragons themselves. It may just be Imrith here. Maybe some other dragon mixed in. It does have Ward 4 as long as it's untapped. So I would basically have to wait for it to attack. Maybe I get to 8 mana. I could play the Akroan War for 4 and pay this Ward 4 cost, but I don't see that happening. And probably nothing much else that I would want to steal. Or could steal. I'm just going to keep it like that. Back to nature, maybe to get rid of Shark Typhoon, but I think often enough they just Psycho Shark Typhoon. Make the token so that they have another creature that could trade, or they combine and double block to take out something like Tranix Rex. Oh my goodness, this hand it's getting better and better. I think I got this, Joy. Yes. Of course, they could have a counter spell. Cross your fingers, everybody, that this doesn't get countered. With I was thinking mostly they have Saw It coming, which costs 3 unless it's foretold. So we may have just dodged a beautiful bullet there. Try for Hunt Master, of course. We got a ton of stuff for 2. We've got Castle Garenbrig. Next turn, I will be at 6 green. If I draw Carnage Taunt, I can play it. If Hunt Master is still okay. Hey, that is why you that's why you bring in 4 Castle Garenbrigs whenever they do blow it up. Yes, Torrential Gearhawk is going to be painful. Fortunately, they don't have it this turn, I think. Shifting Ceratops, of course. Oh, wow. Oh, my goodness. I gotta play it again, because I just drew another Hunt Master. I can't play double things, though. Still, start with Hunt Master, Marauding Raptor, and... Oh, yes. Yeah, well, hopefully. I think Torrential... Oh, well, they're getting rid of Tranix Rex, that's for sure. Nuts. Yeah. They could Hostile Hostel, that'd be fine by me. Well, I did get 2 sources of red. Very nice that I can at least play 2 Rotting Raptors. Try out something from someone here. Imagine they would have removal for this one that I'm going to try and hit them with. Get another land. I was thinking of using that Hostile Hostel on the Marauding Raptor that was, well, sitting at a 2-1. We still have a bunch of basics. Thin the deck a bit. Hope this Marauding sticks around and play just about anything we draw next turn. Definitely. Oh, your video was behind, Joy. Yes, that can happen sometimes. Hard to tell. Path of Peril. That's right. We got. I'm gonna go with Marauding Raptor. Maybe draw out the Thoughtseize on the Stomping Ground that I have. Make them take 2 for nothing. My goodness, they got all the removal. Oh, but the beautiful shifting. Cross your fingers they don't have another go for the throat. Or Vraska's Contempt. Or all that stuff. Oh, what is it? What's it gonna be? Supreme Will. Good. May get removal here for 2. Hopefully not. They look at the top 4, they can put 1 into their hand. Yeah. That's a decent chance to see something that could deal with shifting. Even if I hit him with, once, that'd be alright. That made me feel pretty good that I could hit him again, even if they play Torrential Gearhawk. Well, I would fly past it, but Torrential Gearhawk would replay, probably go for the throat. Or actually Vraska's Contempt. They'll do that. Exiling, shifting, gaining 2 life, it certainly is better than go for the throat. So, very good, very good. No Torrential Gearhawk. And I draw another Tyrannix Rex next turn. We've seen one Tyrannix Rex so far. We're past a quarter of the way through the deck. Could be a good chance, there is a good chance we should be seeing a Carnage Charge coming up. Another shifting. Oh, maybe Nox. We'll see. They haven't done anything to shifting yet, so I suspect they may not have anything in their hand. Narset might grab that with her -2. They do have to reveal it. Oof, they got the removal. Yeah. That's pretty good. We know that they probably don't have any other removal in their hand. Otherwise they may have used it before Narset. I don't think they do. Gotta draw something at some point here. Ooh, a Castle Garenbreak. Well, I don't want that. Tyrannix Rex, let's go. Oh, Tyvar Stan. Well, that's something. It's pretty good, yeah. Not nothing. Tyvar Stan to keep even just a shifting Ceratops alive. Almost killing him. If I play it, attack with it, could potentially pump it up. Calatus, Trader of Ghetto. Oh, back-to-back Tyvars. You never know. You never know what you're going to get. Of course, Tyvars to keep shifting Ceratops safe probably would have almost got the job done. Yes. Thoughtseize. We lose 1 Tyvars, we still have 1 to go. Ooh, Nicol Bolas though. Not so fun. Okay, we're not dead yet. Well, I'll go with a Topiary Stomper, and hopefully we see one of the 3 T-Rexes. Something with haste. Something, anything at this point. Hey, they got a Huntmaster. That's pretty good. Although I do have to worry about when Nicol Bolas gets to the ultimate there. -12, exile each non-land permanent to your opponent's control. Really, that wouldn't do a whole lot at this point. I would just lose Topiary Stomper. That's pretty good. Do they have a mainland? No. Calatus. Yeah, I'll just pressure him. Might as well. Interesting. Very interesting. I figured Huntmaster might have just blocked it. Going down to 5 still could be very painful if I get a scary dino. Ooh, they got Regisaur Alpha. That's not good. Nuts. Huntmaster going to give Regisaur haste, unfortunately. Eventually. Maybe not. Alright, so we're facing off against Dimir, Grixis. Well, it's kind of white, red, blue, and black. Yeah. I don't need another Huntmaster. I'll just play it. Well, it's not a good game yet, but mostly. We could get that surprise T-Rex if they attack with everything this turn. We could top deck something pretty good. A very slim chance, but are you kidding me? Not really that good of a game, but hey, it happens. Nothing you can do when all you draw is lands. They play the creature off the top, and the thing that's left underneath is a land, and that's just what you keep drawing. Really unfortunate. Didn't even see a second Tyrannosaurus Rex getting to almost halfway through. Or a Carnage Tyrant, not a single Carnage Tyrant. Wow. Nuts. Yeah, that's alright. Can't win them all. Had a fantastic time. Leave it there for now. Possibly recording that arena-focused budget list. 10 rare wildcards. Alright, Nox, Joey, Victor, everybody else watching right now, maybe you've passed out, which is quite fantastic. Perfectly alright. You'll jump in tomorrow morning. If that's the case, hopefully you got some good sleep. Have a good rest of your time zone, whenever it is, wherever it is. See you next time. Peace.